Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mar-Tel All.
Hello.
So today is a very special episode because we have our very first guest. Everyone welcome, Ethan Ezell.
How's it going?
So Ezell, why don't you tell the people just a little bit about yourself?
Who are you?
All right, like they said, my name is Ethan Ezell, and I'm from Lake Charles, and me and Isabel have been great friends for many years, and then Caroline decided to tag along.
Oh.
And so now
I don't think that's how it went.
Now I'm just kind of stuck with her.
All right. Rethinking this guest as of now.
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding. So happy to have you here. But I'm going to need you to stop that now. So we're going to start with some questions for you. Okay.
Okay.
Put you on the spot, Ethan.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget that part. Lean in. Okay. So first question is, what is something that turns you off of a girl? Like she could be a 10 out of 10, but you wouldn't want to be with her because of this.
Oh, God. I probably can't say that on camera, so I'm going to go to the second answer.
No, this is a safe space, E. You got it.
Like you're saying, like, I wouldn't date the girl because of this?
Yeah, like this is like even if she was the most attractive girl,
Super cool girl.
she could be Megan Fox type, whatever, Nina Dobrev, like you said. But this one thing, immediately you're like, no.
I'm not going to say my first answer, but my second answer is...
Give us a hint of what the first one is. I'm curious.
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. But the second one is if they want to come home after dinner,
Oh, yeah, like
then like...
don't go home with a guy on a first date. That's
Okay.
that's pretty
Unless you
knowledgeable.
want a relationship. If you want a relationship,
yeah.
then don't. But if you do... if you don't want a relationship, that's one thing. But if you do, don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any like personality traits or I'm not even talking, but I'm talking about more like ick, like not just like
Niche things.
like something like if you saw her do this or saw this happen, you'd be like, I know, like get away from me. Like you immediately, the 10 out of 10 goes from a 0
Okay,
to a 0.
Let's give him an example for each of us. So for me, it's if a dude could be like super cool, super nice, checks all the boxes, doesn't know how to operate a tool. Like if you don't know how to work a wrench or a hammer,
Like
or
can't change a tire.
like if you can't change a tire, that's it.
How do you find that out? Like you just ask them?
You don't ask him. You just
You have a toolbox on the first date?
you know what? Yeah. Like honestly,
You
like
pop your tire and you say, hey, my
no, yeah,
my
like I
tire's
have
popped.
like a secret nail.
Yeah. And you're like, go fix it.
Yeah,
they
actually,
can't-
that's actually a really great idea.
And
Thank
if they-
you for that.
And if they can't fix it, you just like, fuck off.
I'm like,
Screw off.
okay, that
Screw off.
I'm going to say mine now, if y'all are ready.
yeah, go ahead.
So for me, it's the guy could check all my boxes. If he is a not like seize the day type of guy, like Paswini.
So give us an example of what you mean.
I mean, like you could tell in situations if they're being confronted, anything like that, they cower.
Insecure.
Yeah, like not even just insecure. Like everyone's got their insecurities. Like
Right. No,
like if you're,
but as a dude, like where you reek insecurity, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess so. But it's more for me. It's just like if I feel like I'm the man of the relationship, and like don't get me wrong, I'm all about like equal whatever. If a guy has some feminine stuff, like that doesn't whatever. I'm talking about like literally witty banter, and they can't even like say anything back. Like if you're like kind of playfully roasting them or whatever.
Like without them getting butt hurt.
No, not even butthurt, but they can't hit you with something crazy back.
That's confidence. Because first I thought you were talking about like gender roles, because I do believe in gender roles. Like,
I'm not even going to get into that, but seize the day.
you're the man.
Do something for yourself.
You got to get it.
You've been through that, huh?
Yes. That is the biggest turnoff. Like, be an effing man. Like, be a man. Holy shnikes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting a little
I
upset.
feel like we've given you
I've had
some
time,
detail.
I've had time to think.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I know. Because
And this is
so
on the
give us-
first date, correct? Or like
I
just
mean,
like
you're
hanging out.
overthinking it. You're overthinking it.
No, I'm not. I have an answer.
no, listen, it's not even just the first date. Like, this is like, you could be like, oh, that girl's attractive at the bar. And then you see her do something, or she acts a certain way, or has some sort of personality trait. And you're like, okay, nope, 0 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 now.
She could check all the boxes, as we said. And then you realize you see one thing and it's over with.
Yeah, it's like that one specific thing.
I was gonna say when she randomly brings up her ex.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Because there's an indicator, though, what I've noticed. There's times where, like, if it's brought up in a situation where it's actually, like,
valid in the
conversation.
conversation.
That's fine. But you can tell the difference between if they're still hung up on it versus just bringing it up. Like, I've noticed that because I've been in conversations recently with, like, both kind of types there, and I could tell the difference between still hung up on that person and just, like, in this scenario, it made sense. And you can also see in their demeanor how they talk about it.
Where they're waiting for it rather than like, oh, it came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference. So look for that too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, second question. Do you agree with what people say about guys having girlfriends, like friends that are girls, that can be actually strictly platonic? Or do you think that any guy that is friends with a girl, like, would immediately get with her if she asked them to, like, hook up? Do you think, like, there really can be that platonic friendship between a girl and a guy? Because girls can have that. It's the guys that have always said, like, no, like, because you text any of your guy friends right now to hook up and they'll do it.
That's a good question.
I see what you're saying, and I would have to say that it just depends on who's the more attractive one out of the guy and girl. Because there's been situations where the guy might be more attractive than the girl, and she might be the one that wants to.
That's
Like,
actually a good answer. I've
Like, you
never
never know.
thought
I've
about
never
that.
thought of it like that.
Because I've always just thought, like,
But to me,
but
like,
but see how you're saying it's about an attractive rate?
the girl, like, she knows. She knows if it's platonic. She knows if it's not. And
But they don't give a fuck because they'll still hang out with you.
What do you mean?
what do you mean?
Like, even though, like, oh, we're best friends, but they'll still hang out with you, even though if they think that you will hook up with them, if that makes sense. Because they just think you're friends and they're not going to do anything no matter what.
But I'm saying from like the girl's point, not the girl best friend point of view, the other girl point of view. Like, they know.
You're talking about, like, if you're a girlfriend?
Yeah, the girlfriend.
Wait, I don't know what you're saying.
The girlfriend.
Knows if you have any feelings for your best
Yeah,
friend.
like they can tell.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If a girlfriend has a boyfriend that has a girl best friend, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Which,
no,
like,
that's
if it's
that's bad. You got to
it's
be careful
different.
with that.
Like, if it's girlfriend and boyfriend, and the boyfriend has a girl best friend, it really depends on the relationship between everybody, because
it also depends if you know them before.
right, it really depends on everything.
Yeah,
But-
that's hard to, like, because that's
And then
a
the girlfriend,
situational-
she knows if the girl best friend is sketchy. Period.
Yeah, it's all about the way they act. If they talk to the dude before they talk to the girl, if they don't make the girl feel included, if they act
It's
like
all about energy. Like, if you just feel it.
that. I mean, that's kind of more of a different subject than what I was talking about. What I was going to say earlier when you said it depends on how attractive the guy is and if he's more attractive than the girl, but that just proves kind of more of, like, if you do have attractive friends that are girls, if they did text you, you would go. And the only reason you wouldn't is because they're less attractive than you.
Or if you just weren't attracted to them in general. But I feel like guys don't have friends that aren't attractive. If that makes sense. I just feel like none of the friends I hang out with that are girls, none of them are ugly. Like you're not ugly. She's not ugly. The
No,
rest
I
of
mean,
them aren't
that's
ugly.
not.
None of them are ugly.
That's
and that's just
not
how
a
it
thing.
is,
Yeah.
you know? That's how it is.
I mean, yeah, but that's so you're saying like you agree that like you had one of your girlfriends that are friends like text you and ask you like to hook up, like most of the time the guy would do it if they're good friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. How do you feel about hookup culture, and why do you think romance, like with relationships and like guys wanting to be in relationships or like being romantic, has kind of declined like over the years?
God, y'all put me on the spot. That's 3 questions in a row.
Yeah. Boys, interview.
So you're saying like, repeat the question?
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. So you're saying like,
how do you feel about hookup culture for one? And
I mean,
answer
that's
that one
honestly,
first.
it's honestly very easiest because the girls have gotten easier. Like
Okay.
I feel like if you just watch, I don't even watch.
Easier
If you,
as you've grown up, or easier?
No, it's not easier.
With time.
It's easier because you have access to way more girls that you did when you were younger.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking
when
about,
our
like,
parents were
yeah.
younger, like I'm talking about because of social media, you have access to not only like literally every girl with like Tinder or Hinge, any of those dating apps. Like,
I'm sorry for interrupting, by the way. But
If you hear about a girl's name, you can look her up.
exactly, like my dad, he probably saw when he was in high school and college 3 really, really, really good-looking girls. Like that's just how it was. But now,
except for in movies, it's,
except the movies, and now if I want to,
well, that just gets into
pop up the old TikTok and
Right.
bam, they're right
well,
there.
but that just gets in also the impossible standards that like girls have nowadays too, because of all of that and like OnlyFans, and I'm not even going to get into that. But
It's
basically for me, what I've discovered, the hookup culture and like everything, it's because of we have access to anybody immediately with our phones, with Snapchat, Instagram, dating apps, anything. You can have like the hookup culture has become such a thing because now it's like in the past, like that was like so not as much of a thing. Like it was like now it is so normalized, and it's like because everyone puts themselves on the internet wearing almost nothing. So that seems to be the standards. And then girls a lot of the times have to try to compete with that, and they lose their morals, they get insecure, and that's why.
you can have access to anyone ever.
You can look and see a beautiful girl immediately, so can we. So it's like girls can just immediately see like, why don't I look like that? Why don't I, she's selling her body on the internet, not shaming people, I'm just saying. And it's like, you just are like, what do I do? Like, how am I supposed to get a male attention now? Like, how am I, you have to post a picture in a bikini. You know, like it's like the whole standards, the whole situation, like romance and like a guy. That's why I was talking about seizing the day. Like the whole thing has just completely depleted.
Yeah, and like it dissolves the whole like natural,
Relationship. Yeah. That's why dating apps are
beautiful
stupid.
relationships and beautiful
So you're not a fan
connections.
of Tinder?
No. If you meet someone else that's like you share a beautiful connection with on a dating app, like I think that's awesome. Because if that's what happened for you, then that was what was meant to happen. But to me, I feel like that's like inauthentic and like not organic and like not.
Yeah, that farmers only bullshit's not real. There's no way.
What?
You never seen farmersonly.com, the commercial? Farmersonly.com. You didn't
Yeah,
see that?
no, yeah, no, I know you're talking
It's
about.
before your time.
You're 2 years older than me. And like, let's not even know.
What you brought up, like romantic stuff and like how that's been affected by like modern media and
Continue.
and I think that's
Are you seeing stuff?
No, I feel great.
What's the craziest thing a girl has done to get your attention or your friend's attention? Or like the craziest story, like you've like just some like one of your friends or you, like something absolutely so out of pocket to get your attention?
Oh God. Like for myself or
Any like any of your
friend.
friends, you like
or a story you've heard.
well, like a story you've heard though about your friends, like someone you know.
I would say, oh, this is hard. Oh,
You can say
God.
more than one.
No, I was gonna say a story about me, but I don't think it was to get my attention. But you just said like
Go for it. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't
Don't
have
name
to.
it was actually in Baton Rouge my freshman year. I think I've told you this story.
Okay.
Me and my buddy, we came to Baton Rouge, and we picked these two girls up, and we went to the dorms. And after we hung out and all that, I went to sleep, or I was trying to go to sleep, and I think this girl wanted to keep talking or whatever, and she, slowly put her hand into my butt, and kind of caught me off guard, Caroline. So, no, imagine how I felt because I wasn't ready for that.
What you got? Wait, that's like sexual assault.
You could say, as my defense mechanism, I was like, I need to go use the bathroom now because I actually did. I was like, oh, I gotta go take a poop. So and mind you, this is an all girls dorm, and so I walk out the dorm and find the bathroom. And at this point, it's like 5 a.m. and I'm taking a shit. Excuse my language. And during that, the alarm went off saying, it's like random dorm check, like we're coming to check dorms. And I'm like, well, shit. I'm busy. I'm in my underwear, and then trying to take a shit because a girl wanted to put her finger.
You have not told me.
I didn't.
This is news to me. You have not told me this story. You've told me so many stories.
It's traumatic.
Like multiple times.
And
I'm
you know
like,
what made it
you
so much
already told
worse?
me you already
I was
told me this
so
story.
fucking hungry. Like, it made it so much worse. I like ran back into the dorm, and I was like, and I called my buddy. I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, that's my piece right there. Yeah.
That's. I just really like the way you were like, and she put her hand in my butt. The delivery was solid. Yeah, that's. I wonder how she's doing nowadays. Yikes.
Lord knows.
That one, I've never heard.
Well, I'm so glad that we got to enjoy it with our listeners. It was good. It was a good story. Do you have any?
She might.
What's
know.
the question again?
No. I was saying like, what's the craziest thing like a guy's done for your attention, or any of your friends that you know?
Caroline and I are invited to go see Shaq at Fred's. I'm like a sophomore.
Oh Jesus.
Maybe I'm a junior. Were you in college yet? No, you
No,
weren't.
I
You
was
were
a senior.
visiting me.
I was a senior in high school.
If you were a junior, she was a freshman. Aren't you?
No, I was a
but
sophomore.
she was a
She was visiting me, and we were invited by a frat. I was invited by a frat, and Caroline wanted to come, and they wanted her to come, and so we
You
went.
wanted me to come.
No, you were, yeah,
Cut that.
and and so we went to Fred's, and a special someone comes up to us, and
That was crazy.
I don't even know where to go.
No. We don't even say his name in general, but he walked up to us.
Do I know this person?
Yes.
Oh God.
And he's with somebody else also. Like, he's dating somebody else. Like, he hates us. We hate him. He has no reason to hate us, but he does just because we hate him. And he was like, hey, guys. And we were like, I go, do you not remember? I was like, I don't like you. What are you doing here? He goes, no, I fucking hate you guys too. But just thought I would come up and say, and we were like,
So what's happening?
get away.
And I was like, okay, it's time for you to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And I start doing that in his face. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
He
Like,
ran
Mom.
away later on, hanging out with a couple of guys that were in the frat that invited us. And I vividly remember this. Caroline and I are standing and I see from a distance said person charging like, and I was like, Caroline, 2:00, he's coming right now. Oh my God.
No, looks like a demon rising from the ashes.
And she looked and she was like, oh my God. And he starts screaming in my face, like pointing in my face, like I'm getting like sprayed.
Splash zone.
I was in the splash zone. And I don't even know what he's saying.
Effects right now. Splash zone. All right, continue.
And
Pay attention.
He obviously waits till like the dude that we're with goes into the bathroom. So it's just Caroline and I. It's just us standing there, and he's screaming at us, and there were other men, like other boys from the frat that like had to like intervene, and it was this whole thing.
So what frat was it?
Acacia.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That is that would be my first thought as to someone who needs like a dude needing to get your attention. That would be that.
Mine would be like that time we were actually at this said person's house in a while back, and this guy.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning about so much lore right now.
I was talking to somebody else at the time, but there was this guy. I had talked to him about this guy to get some like advice. And apparently he took it as I liked him, even though I was talking about somebody else. But later that night, like Isabel goes and finds the guy I was talking to about the guy I liked in his car, listening to, I'll never forget. It was,
Wait, I forgot.
Was it
it
Juice
was,
WRLD?
it was The Night We Met, song
by
and-
Lord Huron?
and he was crying. And then later, like this said person also like wrote me love letters as well. This was actually during COVID lockdown as well. So there wasn't really much to do. So I can't really blame him.
That's his game.
I'm actually friends with this person now. He's a great guy. But yeah, that's probably, I guess if I were to think of attention, that's probably the most that I could,
Yeah.
that's what came to mind.
What was I going to say?
Isabel, ask us a fucking question.
Have you thought of a question yet?
Yeah. I did think of one. Got distracted, but I'm gonna try again.
Oh my God.
You got it.
No, I do have it. I really don't. But
You open your eyes as Ethan Ezell and you're like, I want to ask this girl this many questions.
why does she not get on Ozempic?
That was crazy.
Beautiful. Beautifully.
I don't condone this behavior, but
I do.
No, yeah, we need to talk about that. Actually, that's actually a really good topic because it's out there. There's it's out there. Like there's no excuse at this point not to be on it if you need it. There's no
comment.
No.
I mean, or go to the gym.
It's both. I mean, it helps. It's like guys that take
Well,
steroids.
at this point, I feel like if you're needing Ozempic,
Well, the thing is with Ozempic or any other, drug that helps you lose
loss drug.
any weight loss drug, you have to work out with it, or it's the same. Like hit the treadmill, hit the incline treadmill, something. But I was going to compare it to if you're a guy and you take steroids, you have to work out, or the steroids aren't going to do anything. It's the same thing if a girl takes Ozempic or any other weight loss drug. You got to hit the treadmill or something, or you're just going to be fucking not eating all day.
Ezell works at a pharmacy. That's why he knows a lot about these things, by the way.
So basically it's blocking that hunger, which allows you not to eat, which makes losing weight easier.
But how does that person like not become like malnourished? Like if they're working out while taking a weight loss drug.
Well, it's just like when you use that time, like you're not hungry for anything. Probably the best thing that sounds good to you is something that's healthy.
You're not going to go all day without eating. Like you're going to eventually be like, okay, I need to eat, but it's going to block out like a lot of stuff. Like there's a couple of friends I know, like guy friends that are right now just eating one meal a day and they've lost a lot of weight and they're not even on.
Well, I have to say something. I think that humans were meant to eat one meal a day. I think that we have adapted over thousands and thousands of years to need
We're also in America, so
2 to 3, and that's like fast forwarding. Like,
So you're saying the Indians did not eat breakfast. But why do you think one meal a day?
I think humans, Homo sapiens weren't supposed to eat 3 meals a day. Not at all. No.
I get what you're saying, but it's also like, what the hell are you talking about?
In every movie I've seen like from the past, I've seen people eat breakfast. Indians, Israelites.
It's not what I think about.
I don't think humans need 3 meals a day, period.
Just one
like
second.
in the Last Supper. Do you think that was the first meal they had for the day? You think Jesus didn't eat lunch and breakfast before that?
Seriously?
You think he just waited till dinner and then
No, I think he had maybe
and then he got arrested?
No, he had probably a bread or a fish,
Arrested is
maybe.
putting it lightly.
But he didn't have, let me eat breakfast. It's
I mean, he
noon.
probably needed to conserve his energy.
Let me eat lunch.
Did he tell you that?
No, but this is my...
as Jesus, you would probably think I need to, get my energy up.
No,
from what's
it's
coming.
y'all. It's all about what you're saying. Yes, but it's because of how processed our food has gotten now. There's people who do eat 3 meals a day who are completely in fantastic shape, work out, look great, have the physique.
Yeah,
they
but they're
want.
probably...
1 second. And it's because they know exactly what food they have to take, the exact nutrients that they need,
Exactly.
the exact amount of protein, all of that. So it's not really about the 3 meals a day and like what you're supposed to do or not supposed to do, because every person's different for one.
That's not a meal. That's nutrients, and that's healthy.
It's a meal, though. You're still eating.
It's not a meal. It's
What?
you're eating. You're taking in the nutrients that you need. That's not a
You're
meal.
eating. A meal is a part. What are you talking about?
No.
No, I'm about to mute you. A meal is, you can call, like, if you're eating breakfast and it's whatever nutritious thing they have that day, that's a meal. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but
what are you talking about?
but some people don't like. It's like
You're saying people like scoop protein powder and like that's the nutrients they get for the day.
yeah,
and that's
Caroline.
Not a meal.
Yeah, that's what.
Then
I'm
what are
saying.
you talking about? What do you think the nutrients is? That's food, isn't it? That's how we get nutrients. That's a meal.
Not necessarily. So a human can wake up in the morning and eat a spoonful or 2 or 3 of peanut butter. Would you consider that a meal? Not really, no. And then
That's not nutritious.
if this human
That's a
is
snack.
no, it is nutritious.
It is
because it's
nutritious.
protein. And then
Peanut butter's not. Really
if this
that good for you.
human is a healthy human, around 5 hours later, they might get a little hungry or snacky. So they'll eat another form of protein. Is that necessarily a meal? No.
Isabel, I was talking about meals though. You were telling me that when they get their nutrients, and when I was talking
pause.
about
I just want $150 fucking dollars. I'm so sorry. I just want my parlay.
I'm so happy for you,
I just
Ethan.
thought that was something the pod should know.
Thank you for that. Like,
No, like that's a big deal.
who won and what happened?
I just won, and that just paid for dinner.
Okay.
I'll show the
a
camera.
meal. Okay, they can't see that.
They
But
can definitely see it. I'm sorry. I just thought,
basically,
sorry.
I'm so done with this conversation because I feel like I'm arguing with a squirrel. But I was talking about them having nutritious meals, and then you were going off on a tangent about how it's not a meal because it's nutritious. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then you started talking about when people take a snack and that's not necessarily a meal, and then talking to me like I'm stupid. What are you talking about? Maybe take a break from the beer.
You lost me there.
I'm having fun. I
So-
feel great.
Have y'all heard of that Myron guy from that podcast, Fresh and Fit? It's that guy who is so derogatory towards women and like doesn't think they even have a place to speak.
Oh, I think you showed me that. Remember when we were tanning at y'all's house?
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
guy?
you said you've seen him before.
Oh, yeah. That I know who you're talking about now. Okay.
Okay, well, I have a quote that he said, like he was on a podcast. They literally ended up kicking him off because he's so out of touch. There's a reason he's single at however old he is, but
Isn't he 30 or 29?
I don't even care.
Okay.
He's gonna die alone. But he said closed on your end, open on my end, referring to being in a relationship where he thinks he can be unfaithful to his partner, and that's completely fine and okay, but she has to stay loyal.
I think that's clickbait. Or not clickbait, rage bait is the term for it. Like, I don't think he's being serious.
You think like he's doing all of that for publicity?
Like,
and like
I feel like
views?
he's getting paid for the views, and I feel like it's the same thing with the old Andrew Tate guy.
Andrew Tate, yeah.
He
like
makes
there-
Andrew Tate look like a saint.
But I feel like there's no way like you can actually just say that and get away with it unless you're doing it for views.
The way he talks about it, how passionate he is, he has a bunch of girls. He's so like
he finds the
calculated.
downest of the down.
Huh?
He finds the downest of the down.
He's calculated in the sense of he gets girls who do like OnlyFans or anything like that. So he can sit there and completely be like, you're selling, like degrade them just like, because they're kind of an easier target in his eyes, at least, because they do all this stuff for money or selling pictures, whatever they do. But he actually was on this other podcast and they like kicked him off because it was an intelligent woman. And like they're Australian, they do a podcast together. And he was sitting there saying that I genuinely think, I really feel like he actually is that out of touch and believes that.
I was about to say, y'all need to have a podcast with him and let's see how that goes for him.
I feel like I might have, like, I would probably go to jail after.
I could watch that.
I literally, like, he makes my, like I don't even want to give him that much attention, but he makes my blood boil because it's like, he literally thinks that women are used for, like, we are here to give children and be a slave to a man. Like, he thinks that women are
That's
so
how
worthless.
I feel like
It has to be rage
Andrew
bait.
Tate feels. So if you're saying this guy's worse than him,
He makes Andrew Tate look
Yeah.
good. That's how bad this guy is. He is. I've never seen someone who is so in a fantasy world of bullshit in my life. He is.
I don't even want to.
He is the epitome of like the worst guy you'll ever meet in your life.
We can watch after.
But like, I was gonna see, like, what do you think about that? Like, do you think that's completely outrageous? Do you think he has a point? Whatever.
No, there's no point. It's rage bait. If it's not rage bait, then he's just the fucking dumbass.
Okay, good. We love that. We stand with that. Comment, Ezell.
This is more of a question for you. You're still in college.
Okay.
What is the best way for a guy to approach you at the bar?
I'm kind of a hermit, but if I had to, that's a good question.
Just imagine. like,
Imagine,
you're in the-
imagine we're in Lake Charles. Okay,
and you're like hanging out in the
like a
bar.
small town bar, hanging out. What do they have to do to get your attention?
So what I've noticed is, like, a lot of the times, you know, can I buy you a drink, or say you're hot, or try some stupid pickup line, or just come up and talk to you and just be weird. But literally, if there was a guy who came up to me and was like, wow, like you are really beautiful, and like was genuine and nice and just didn't say some stupid shit and like wasn't completely wasted because of you, I would think that was really genuine, because no guy has ever said something like that to me at a bar like that. It's always do you want to drink? You're hot. Some stupid
Yeah.
thing like
Gotta
gross.
take a drink though, right?
I don't really. I'm weird about that. I just feel like I'm always going to
yeah.
get roofied, so I don't take drinks from guys. But there's no genuine compliments, especially at a bar. Like I know that's not a place to go if you're looking for genuine compliments. I'm aware of that. I don't know. It would get my attention if a guy were to be just really genuine, or just come up to me and be like, "Hey, like I just really wanted to talk to you. I think you're pretty." And it's fine if they like are like, "Can I get you a drink?" or something like that. I'd be like, "No, it's okay." And then like if we have a conversation like that, like a nice conversation is really, I mean, I'm not gonna like date the guy because of that, but that would be more of me staying in the conversation. Yeah. Oh, actually, I have a funny story too. Recently, there was a bartender at a bar here, and he like I met him like a while back, but he added me on Snapchat recently. I was like, I kind of got the vibe that he's an attractive guy, but I kind of got the vibe that he was a little off maybe. And I talked to one of my friends about it. Like I said his first name and she was like, wait, and then said his last name. She was like, is that who you're talking about? And I was like, yeah. And she told me, she was like, oh, apparently not even apparently. She said this is like a true factual story that he had relations with a 15-year-old when he was in college.
When he
was in college and she was 15.
I ain't no good.
And I was like, why? Like I
There's so many like.
It's just like you never know somebody.
There's so many fishes in the sea. Fishes that are.
What do you call a fish without eyes?
There's so many fish in the sea that are like of age.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, some people are.
Go for them.
But yeah, no, that was a recent story that
Damn.
Yeah, I immediately after she said that, I went straight to his name. Removed immediately. Scary.
You do look good. All right. That's easy. What is the one place you do not want to go out on a first date?
Like bowling.
Bowling? Not the movies?
I don't really like the movies because
the
I'm
movies,
a germaphobe.
you can't, you literally just sit there.
Exactly.
Bowling is so awkward.
Like I don't love to go out to eat or anything like that. And like I hate awkwardness. I don't even like thinking about first dates, but definitely not like, I don't like bowling or the movies just because I don't like germs. Because every time I sit down in a movie theater seat, I'm like, how many freaking people have sat in this seat?
Chicken jockey.
Yeah, let's go see the Minecraft movie. That one
There's
I will
like
sit in a movie theater
so
for.
many things you can do on a first date.
Well, what's your worst?
My worst?
Your worst. You gotta have
like if
one.
somebody's like,
No, like
let's
with
go do
experience.
this.
An experience. You gotta have one. Feel bad for whoever sees this. and
okay.
Oh,
knows
you're
you're
talking
going.
about like an experience I've
Yes.
had? Oh, you didn't say that.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that.
Oh, I haven't been on a lot of first dates.
I mean, you gotta go on a first date to meet somebody.
I haven't dated anybody in 3 years.
You're up, Isabel.
I'm gonna say putt putt.
Oh, wait, you actually you went on a
And like Charles?
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
How old were you?
That's terrible.
I was like sweating. I was like 16. I don't know.
All right, no putt-putt. Damn. That sucks.
Now it's different.
Really?
Yeah, she was
Now
young.
you've reached an age where it's like
Wait, where?
hilarious.
I have to ask though, where did everyone have their first kiss? Because that just reminded me of it. Because mine was in a movie theater.
Altitude.
No way.
That's a trampoline park.
My first kiss was behind a van.
Oh.
In a parking lot. That
Mine was
my
on a
first kiss.
massage chair at Altitude.
Are you serious?
That is
What?
crazy. Was it like a peck or was it like
I mean, there's a couple
It was
seconds
like
involved.
a passionate kiss?
As much for a fucking 11 or 12-year-old. Yeah.
11 or 12.
Well, how old were you in 8th grade or 7th grade?
13. That's when I had mine in 7th grade.
Okay. So
okay.
we're
Well,
bonding.
mine was in like 4th grade.
Well, that's because it was like your childhood, like really good friend. That was kind of a different scenario. Mine didn't love me back.
we made my good friend who, I'm not going to say who, but we made him go behind a tree and kiss a girl and have a whole wedding in 5th grade. It's kind of bad. Actually, no, it was 3rd grade. It's kind of badass, actually. At least we thought.
Mine was in the movie Passengers was what we were watching.
Oh, wow.
It was like, he had popcorn breath.
Ugh.
Yikes. I remember I refused to eat any, like just because, not even because I thought that was going to happen, just because I was like,
me emotional.
huh?
That movie made me emotional.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I was like just sweating pretty much like you were the whole time.
Like you couldn't actually pay
No.
attention. You don't know what happened.
No, yeah, like I was like,
Yeah.
and also like I was in 7th grade and there was like it wasn't like a sex scene, but it was like,
It was like
obviously
passionate. Yeah.
like about to lead to that, but it doesn't like actually show it. And I remember being like side eyeing and being like, oh God,
I feel
like I wanted to
weird.
sink in my chair and become the movie theater chair, which is actually a nightmare for me.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be horrible. But yeah.
Good talk.
Ezell, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you, Ethan.
I tried my best.
We've enjoyed having you here, and
I feel like people are going to learn a lot.
yeah, it's been good. This is a quality time for all of us. We learned some things we didn't even know. That was a great story you told about the girl in the dorm.
Yeah, shout out her.
Wait, real quick, what happened when the dorm check? I don't even remember what you said.
I was already gone by then.
Oh, you pieced?
Yeah, I ran out.
Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah. Anyway, everyone, please rate on Spotify the podcast. Please give us 5 stars. Again,
5 stars.
we have 21 people. Well, minus Isabel and I. We have 19 people who have rated the podcast, and we really appreciate you.
18.
But
Oh, shit.
aside from
he
Did
hasn't.
I probably did. Let me check.
Oh my God.
I probably did. Calm down.
Oh,
Does he want
friend
to
or
see
foe?
Jesus?
Anyway, while he's doing that, we've had a few more people. Our rating has gone down to a 4.2. So we've had a few other people who have not given us the best of ratings.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. We
Rate
don't have a lot of
show.
people who have rated, so we get one bad rating and it shows tremendously.
Yeah, get your shit
So
together.
I think
I'm
people are
sorry if we've upset you to make you give us a bad rating, but maybe you should actually like listen to it and maybe you'll change your mind. That's not nice. But give us a nice rating. And everyone go follow the Instagram, Mar-Tel, TikTok, YouTube, and Apple Podcast and Spotify. It will all be out on there. Please go give us a listen
Really
and
hope
keep tuning in.
I really hope my parents don't see what I said about the butt thing.
You'll be fine, baby. You'll be fine.
All right. Goodbye and see you next time.